The Confessions of an Artist. No performance, just real, raw, honest truth.
When did you first realise that being an artist was not a career, but a way of living that would cost you something?
I had to give up most things to honour my work and my wisdom and my art, family, friendships, material possessions, so I could bring my body of work alive through truth and potency with precision.
What have you had to refuse in order to remain true to your work?
I have had to refuse being part of society and the norm to not abandon my truth, my work, and what I'm here to do in the world.
What is the part of being an artist that people romanticise, and what is the part they never want to look at?
They romanticise being an artist as a lifestyle. The part they don't want to look at, that you have to spend a lot of time truly in solitude with yourself so you can keep your work potent, precise, honouring your wisdom, your truth, without distorting it or letting anybody else's opinions, judgments or anything from outside yourself to become your own unique body of work.
What happens to an artist who tries to belong instead of listening?
I had an emotional collapse that took me a long time to come back from, to honour my work. And I felt like I was living but existing and not truly living in my life force and aliveness.
Where does your work actually come from when you're not trying to make anything?
My work comes from my body, it lands and I create it into form.
What would you say to someone who feels called to create but is afraid of the solitude it brings?
What would it cost you not to create it?
What did you lose by refusing to betray your work?
I have had to refuse being part of society and the norm to not abandon my truth, my work, and what I'm here to do in the world.
What did your life demand you give up once you chose to listen?
I have had to refuse being part of society and the norm to not abandon my truth, my work, and what I'm here to do in the world.
What is perfect happiness?
Perfect happiness is following your soul's nourishment, your soul's truth, your soul's aliveness, and allowing it to form into truth and a body of work.
What is your greatest fear?
My greatest fear is being part of the majority, abandoning my truth, my work, to fit in and for social status.
What is your worst trait?
Is to actually, I can't stand the superficial and just idle chit-chat with no depth of meaning or wisdom or something new coming into awareness that will lead me to a new path of my own.
What don't you like in others?
What I don't like in others when they can't stand in the middle and view everything from 360 without bringing their own life experience. And so they're not open to other people's lived experience and perspective on the world, and are very closed to the world and what others experience in the world if their lived experience is different. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next week. Like, follow and share.